go live.
All right, 159 for 7.
160 target.
160 target.
Would be very difficult actually on this pitch.
Iffy kind of a pitch.
Yeah.
You don't know if the score is under par or over par. I don't
think
know.
It's a very competitive.
It is.
It is competitive. They need one batsman to actually go the distance like what Marsh did.
Marsh did, yep. So, Liam Livingstone, I think it was a master stroke from Mayank Agrawal.
3 for 26.
And look at the wickets.
He took Warner first ball.
Yep.
He then got rid of Rishabh Pant. After Rishabh Pant thumped him for a 6, mind you.
Yeah.
And then Rohman Pal.
Exactly. Not that, the batsman was settled.
Yeah.
He got them early.
Yeah,
Yep.
Warner first ball. Pant third ball.
ball.
Powell was facing only his 6th ball and had only gone for 2 runs.
Exactly.
Yeah. But again, Rishabh Pant, that shot selection, yet again.
I've always said that's his biggest problem when it really comes to it.
But
He'll be attacking at times when, you just got a 6 of the man.
Yep.
He's bowling.
Exactly.
He's bowling well on a pitch that is turning. Why are you charging down the track recklessly?
Also that 6, that was that one-handed 6.
Yeah, one-handed
Typical,
But when he hit it, a lot of people thought that it's a miss hit.
Even I thought.
A lot of people thought it's a miss hit, but I told, do you remember Shin? I said it's a 6. I said it's a 6.
Out because that same.
But look who topped the strike rate. If you look at in double digits, 200, Sarfaraz Khan.
Because I think you have to do most of your scoring when the ball is new.
Yes. Yes.
And that is what happened. In fact, if I'm not wrong, what was the score in the power play?
It was well over 10 runs per over.
Yeah, they were going
At the end of 10 overs, I remember, they were 86 for 1.
Yeah.
86 for 1.
Yeah. 3
And
overs.
from there, they lost the plot because
Yeah.
Lalit Yadav also, the point is Lalit Yadav got that life when Arshdeep had overstepped. After that also, I think so he should have made more use of the balls.
He was batting very
I'm also surprised. Why not have Rishabh Pant? He's supposed to be a better
number
batsman.
4.
Why not have him at his usual position of 4? Suddenly again changing.
And Lalit Yadav seemed to be a little rattled very early.
Yeah.
Of course, he was.
He was very lucky.
And then he was struck. In fact, once he was struck on his gloves, and the ball just sailed over the wicketkeeper.
Once on the helmet.
And then the very next ball, another bouncer that he got hit
on the grill.
his helmet.
On the grill.
So
So he had a
he
evening to
seemed-
forget.
Yeah, he seemed a little rattled, and I would also agree, just like a lot of other people, that Rishabh Pant should have come into bat at that point.
At that point. So, Punjab had a big boost in the very first ball because David Warner in the past has hurt them over 1,000 runs against them in all of IPLs when you consider this record. And Sarfaraz and Mitchell Marsh, brilliant exhibition of batting, power play, scored at a very good rate, 32 of 16 Sarfaraz, Mitchell Marsh 63 of 48, but then the later 10 overs proved to be a big problem.
And see, actually even there, look at it this way, and this is where you're talking about analyzing the game a little more deeply than just the surface. They were
86
for 1.
For 1 of 10 overs.
At the halfway mark.
That from that bottom order, they just needed one player. And my eye will always be on Rishabh. Because he is that X factor player. A, can play spin very well. B, if he had to stick around a little longer, maybe 20-30 balls, they'd be having a target of at least 180, 190 right now, which would have been very hard on a track that is spinning.
And what also didn't work in their favor was, if you see in the first 10 overs, I think Mitchell Marsh had played just 30 deliveries.
Yes.
Okay? Now he got out in the 19th over, and how many balls did he play? 48.
48.
So which means in the next 9 overs he gets to play only
18 balls.
Yeah, he hardly got strike. By the way, you saw Rohman Pal.
Everyone was hogging the strike and
struggling.
getting out.
By the way, Akshar Patel made 17 runs, but he took 20 balls to score those 17 runs.
Yeah.
So those could they could very well prove to be the difference. But I am saying, I also think it's not just the ball getting gold. I think the pitch also slowed down in that second half, and Punjab are going to find it even harder to bat on.
They need to target partnerships, a long partnership at the top. Don't go bang necessarily, or attack in the power plays and then consolidate. Because
if you have to look at Delhi's spin trio, if you have to look at all bases covered, left arm orthodox Akshar Patel, Chinaman Kuldeep Yadav, and off spinner Lalit Yadav.
I think what goes in favor of Punjab is they know the target. And they know the consequences also. They know the consequences of the match, of the result if they lose, just in case. They just have to play intelligent. They know what the surface is doing. They know what the opposition has as in terms of bowlers. I won't be surprised if they actually open with maybe a Lalit Yadav.
Yeah.
I also think on a
May
pitch,
not, but-
yeah.
You may.
You could actually, in the pitch like this, you could open with any of the spinners.
No, I am saying on a pitch like this, I think the key is Shikhar Dhawan for them.
Yes.
More than Bairstow and Livingstone, because you know those two will try to smash the ball,
Yeah.
and that's probably not the right way to go on this wicket.
Yep.
And also in terms of the run rate required is not too high, so perhaps it's a tailor-made situation for somebody
Like
like
a Dhawan.
Shikhar Dhawan.
who doesn't usually play with
Like 140, 50 strike,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
So maybe 110, 20 strike rate should work.
Also, but the thing is that he doesn't have the best of records against spin, which is something worth noting. Is that so? If he has to not only bat long, he'll have to bat against spin, and that to three very different spinners.
Three very different
And
spinners.
you know, for him, that is one of the reasons why I just sense that maybe a Lalit Yadav for Shikhar Dhawan.
Yeah. Taking
For
the-
Shikhar Dhawan,
Bairstow is not
or even-
exactly.
also let's not forget Khalil has troubled people with his bounce this season. And on this wicket, we saw the way Lalit Yadav was struggling with. I think this is a spongy kind of
bounce.
surface. Some balls are looping far more.
Springboard kind
Some,
of a bounce.
yeah,
kind
like
of.
weird wicket, and I think it's not going to be easy for sure. But yes, as Rahul bhai pointed out, the key here is that Punjab know the target.
Yeah.
They can set, that
You can
at
win
5
games
over
within
mark we
games,
should be here, not lose too many wickets.
Yes, in phases they can
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
The one thing they can look at with that batting display, don't play rash shots like how Rishabh Pant played. Like how even Roman, they let the pressure get to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because tight bowling, what even Delhi bowlers can do, follow the 10 over template, how they,
Strangle that.
they strangled Punjab. Punjab actually strangled Delhi to a big extent. So this is what the Delhi bowlers should do, and see 12 overs of spin, Khalil pace. Thakur perhaps might be
Thakur
already
will be,
weak.
I think, the very key bowler. He's always targeted by
Yes,
default,
yes.
and today they're going to target him a lot more.
a lot
Yes.
more, yeah.
But I think he and Lalit Yadav will split those 4 overs between them.
Possible.
It will be all the other 4 because Nokia will bowl as 4.
Nokia will
I
bowl,
expect
yeah.
Khalil will bowl as 4 and then Akshar and
But
Kuldeep.
then if Nokia strays a little, that pace on this wicket.
do you see Marsh
No,
bowling?
but by the way, Rabada came back so well in his spell.
yes.
In the very first over, he went for 15 runs. And then I think so, in the next 2 overs, he only gave away 7 runs.
7 runs, yeah.
So,
Do you think Marsh might be an option on this kind of wicket, considering he can bowl the cutters and
he
also-
can. I
actually.
think they will be missing somebody like a Mustafizur on this wicket.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
With his cutters, he would have been very hard to hit.
Yep. So it's a very kind of I don't know. This is not a
Tricky.
It's a very tricky.
It's a
total.
tricky target for sure.
Yeah,
No two
Is a
ways about
tricky
it.
target.
But Punjab's batting, okay. Apart from Dhawan, we know Livingstone, Bairstow, Rajapaksa. Jitesh might also hold the key because Jitesh has batted with confidence.
Rajapaksa would be a very interesting bet because he's someone who would be familiar playing in spin conditions.
Yes.
If he can last 20-30 balls.
And I don't know about these Englishmen. To be very honest, I don't see. They would somebody like Johnny Bairstow, even Livingstone. They would want ball to come onto the bat.
yeah.
They may not find it very convenient, against the spinners. So even a Jitesh Sharma, see, all those players who've played domestic cricket, even Rajapaksa, who's played in Sri
spinning side,
Lanka, in subcontinent. So actually, Rajapaksa,
Yeah.
I don't even actually, although they won't tinker with the winning
lineup.
combination or the batting lineup there, but even a Mayank Agarwal, even
He's someone who would be able to play
yes,
spin well, yes.
yes.
And I think today the position that he'll come in will actually be crucial.
Actually, he could very well actually come in at 4 today rather than 5.
Yes.
Yep.
Because the ball would be old, a little
Yes,
softer,
and it will be turning.
yes,
Yeah.
So all these,
But let us not forget, Bairstow can also term Kuldeep and Akshar. He's got a good record against them.
Best of the key is he has to get set.
Set.
Yes.
If he's set, he will hit any bowler, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't think best of the keys he's getting. Last game he came out all guns blazing and it worked for them like a charm.
Yeah.
On this wicket,
on
I
this
think
wicket, you don't need that
the
approach.
trick would be, I think they'll follow the same template that Punjab did.
Delhi,
that
Delhi.
open with a spinner
Yeah.
perhaps.
Delhi.
Because see, there might be a slight 0.1% temptation to boost our net run rate to great. But if you do that, I
If
think
you do that, you're
I-
risking losing the
I
game.
don't think you should go for
Who's
that.
Punjab's last game against? Sunrisers.
Sunrisers.
That is the game you target for net run rate because Sunrisers are in
Yeah.
bad form.
Yeah. But anyway,
This game, you target a win.
yeah. So anyway, the stakes yet again. If Punjab win this, it still is good news for Kolkata because you will not have a big net run rate problem when you're heading into your last this thing.
See,
And
the
you
thing
hope Sunrisers beat Punjab.
Yeah, that's key.
Yeah. And I also RCB must beat GT.
Of course, that's another.
If
big
that
if.
happens, then
that's a big if also.
If RCB beat GT, all those calculations are on the
Or
board.
out of the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
actually a tricky target.
very tricky target.
It is.
And will depend on the kind of start that Punjab
Start
gets.
and also how do they do in the middle overs? Because middle overs you'd have to consolidate and then wait for the end.
Yes.
When you can kind of go a little risky.
Smart rotation and composition of bowling has to be there in this game. Pant has to rotate the bowlers in a much better way. I think he can't stick to the standard template now.
No.
Middle overs we will choke. No, you have to go for it.
No,
from
but you know,
top
the
rates.
moment the power play is up, he'll get in Kuldeep Yadav.
Maybe why not just keep Nortje for the death? He's a good death bowler. Just keep Nortje at the death.
Yeah.
Start from over 1 to 12 with
No,
spin.
but Nokia has gone for runs at the death this year. The few
And
games that he
also
has played.
you also have
Kuldeep has Kuldeep, I keep saying.
Again.
Khalil is much
Yeah.
better that way, I feel.
and you never know, maybe the match may not go the distance.
Yeah, actually, if God forbid they actually bat
Exactly.
smartly, then 160 they can get to in 16, 17 overs.
Exactly.
also.
Yes.
And
yes.
and that's what
If, big if.
Big
I
if.
know.
Big if.
But still.
and that has happened with Rishabh Pant. In terms of his bowling changes, we've seen this in this season. That last over, then he looks at who's going to bowl my last over.
Yeah.
It has happened.
I think it has happened with a lot of captains
It
this season.
happened.
Williamson.
Williamson last
Williamson,
game.
Punjab also, Mayank Agarwal,
two
Odian
times.
Smith has bowled twice or thrice.
He had to bowl with once. I think he
Last
got
two
Rahul
sixes,
Chair. Rahul Chair to bowl the last
I'm
over.
saying once Odian Smith bowled, you remember 2 sixes that he got hit
Rahul
for?
Tewatia.
Tewatia hitting him.
Twitter.
So,
No, but then see, Odin Smith, that I blame that on Odin Smith alone, not the captain. He threw the ball at the non-strikers and then there was no need to. If I hit those 2 sixes, it would have gone to super over. But as we know, Punjab.
Also, you can blame him for bowling 2 balls in the absolute slot.
Yeah,
exactly.
To Tewatia,
where
who
Amy
likes-
Tewatia just moves across and whacks it to.
But nobody is bowling him in the slot.
Yeah.
Rahul
Tewatia.
Yeah.
But I think now Tewatia has opened up his offside game also. So I think he's not a unidimensional
you
player.
need-
no,
you
the thing with Tewatia is he'll fire when you least expect him
expect
to.
it to, yeah.
When you think, oh, today he can.
Then bus.
Yeah, like the games he's won for them this season.
Yep.
You're like,
Love-
maybe Gujarat will lose. And then
Love
he won
Rami is saying
Can we go up?
Rishabh Pant doesn't value his wicket.
Yes.
Where is
It's
he?
very frustrating.
Yeah,
I mean,
very.
whenever Pant, the way how he's got
Value
out this
every
IPL.
time he chokes when the team needs him.
This is the first IPL I'm seeing in a long time where Rishabh Pant has not made a big score.
Big score, yeah.
At least
not
those
got a
70.
50.
That not like those 70, 80 usually would happen at least in once
He
or
would at
twice
least
at
hit
least.
150 and then 270s in that sense.
Or
It happened
he
in
would
20.
he would sometimes even get quick fire 30s and
30,
40s.
40s.
That's not also happening. Also.
That's not happening.
In fact, that's been arguably the highlight
In
of
fact,
No, but that is the point. Why would you not? Rishabh is supposed to be a best batsman in the middle order, right?
Yeah.
Why would you not give him more balls? Why would you send Lalit Yadav ahead of him?
yeah.
It's
Made no
ridiculous. Certain times I feel these changes that
Just do it for the sake of.
yeah, it really doesn't work.
Okay, if you know how does the team function? Does Ponting have a say in what kind of batting lineup should go?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
But then promoting Lalit over Rishabh, I don't think that's Ponting's.
Are you saying it's Pant's call?
Could be.
I'm sure they must have
because,
discussed.
Yeah, because it makes no
Because
sense.
Pant was there sitting next to Ricky Ponting. I'm sure they both
are
are well
discussing,
aware
yeah.
of the fact that who's going when.
Yeah. So,
But as of now, I would, if I'm somebody, I would want to be in Punjab's dressing room. To be very honest,
yes.
as of now.
Yep.
Never know what happens next. Maybe in next few years.
So, who are you guys backing? He's
okay,
backing
any
Punjab.
kind of changes that you want to make? I predicted
I predicted a Punjab
DC.
win. I'm sticking with that.
I will stick with DC.
I picked DC and DC only for me.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Punjab.
So again, let us remind you guys what is at stake. Whoever wins today goes to 4th. But if Delhi Capitals win, then it is bad news for the likes of Kolkata Knight Riders and Sunrisers Hyderabad because of the net run rate difference. If Punjab win, Okay, but then
You have to hope that Hyderabad will.
Hyderabad don't spoil the party. I mean, Hyderabad spoils the party of Punjab in the last league game
And then lose.
And GT beats RCB.
There's a lot of permutations. of that.
Vanchian is still very optimistic about Delhi's chances. He's saying, I think Delhi is winning and Kuldeep would pick up.
Okay,
Benjamin
Benjamin
Andrew
Andrew Stokes. Yes, I sympathize.
Big Delhi fan.
I'm sick of defending Pant among my RCB friends. Why are you defending him against RCB friends?
Yeah,
I mean-
man, pick a better team fan base, dude.
Actually, he would have a lot of Delhiite support RCB,
RCB,
because of
yes.
Kohli.
Kohli, yeah, exactly.
Never understood that logic.
Actually, I supported RC back in the day because of Dravid and Kumble, the likes of them.
I thought
Even Robin Uthappa for that
Uthappa,
matter.
yes.
Sarfaraz Khan, a former RCB.
UV was also there.
Then moved to Punjab.
Yeah.
His former team. team.
Yep.
Now Delhi.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have a long discussion at the end of this game. And
Yes.
Nikhil will also be there with
Yeah.
us at that time. So see you guys.
Don't forget to
Until then.
download the Gamezy app.
Gamezy app, yeah, 5 overs.